What's up, guys? Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review. If you guys missed it, today was day one of the Project PBE Major. This is Kai's PBE tournament that he runs every set, and it's starting to get, and it has been for a while, honestly, insanely stacked. Look at this top 7 that we have after day one. We have Light, Kai calls him Light YGO. I kind of want to call him Light Ego, but I have no clue. Daya, Title, YBO1, Taylor, Michael, and Chiwe. Like, this could be a world's finals lobby, and it's going to be the finals lobby tomorrow with LPDR. Today we're gonna do a VOD of Title playing because he did, obviously well enough to get to be third overall, 37 points on the day. Just, I mean, basically every single game he did well. Hey, Luna, stop playing with my cords. Thank you. There's a Luna cat on my floor, and I don't know, hopefully she's not gonna, I moved my headphone cord so she won't mess with it. But yeah, today was awesome. We are going to be co-streaming this, like I say, co-stream, but it's really just like regular streaming because I'm on Kai's channel commentating it with him. I am going to be doing that tomorrow. Starts at 10 a.m. Eastern for the finals, and it is a checkmate final. So, I mean, I can't wait to watch some of the best people, the best players in the world compete on PBE. It's so hype here. Honestly, let's actually take a quick look at early unit holds. Yeah, selling off the Sivir I think makes a lot of sense. I think to a lot of people, the crew is pretty weak, yeah, by a lot of people's estimations. We always want to hold on to this kind of Star Guardian pair, I would say, to start off with. Yeah, I don't think either of these units really fit in very well, and you do have this kind of heavyweight pair here with the Kobuko, so I think it makes sense, these holds. And now that we have the Rel too, oh my god, definitely want to hold on to the Garen as well, so that we have some frontline with this, and then really just want to pick up some other piece of it. Yeah, you can also hold the Xinjiao actually, so we'll see what we get here. But yeah, this was a cool game from Title, just showing off one of the strongest meta comps that did very, very well on today. So hyped to talk through it. All right. I hate AFK in a spot like this. I don't really love the other two options that much though. I don't really want to take a random grab bag. I mean, the world's our oyster. We can do anything from here. I think it makes most sense to play into an AD game from here. I mean, we have stuff like IE and Bo, or even like LW and stuff. Not going to start off with the GS lane, but you can actually these days because they changed it now, so it just does extra damage to tanks, so you don't have to feel bad about sending a GS, but you probably still wouldn't. But I don't really love, I would probably roll, but I don't like taking AFK with the component anvils because you can't pop these until AFK is done. And we actually have good odds of playing a strong board. We have a Rel too. There's a very realistic world here where we take some kind of decent combat augment here, pop, get like a 2-item Zaya and maybe some kind of, yeah, probably just like 2-item Zaya here and look for the last anvil to be like a frontline item, and end up fine with it. Ooh, I love the TG in a spot like this. We'll see what Mr. Title wants in this spot here, because yeah, I would snap take this TG here. Oh, does that work that way? He threw the fruit onto the Zaya. If you take, wait, this is some sick AFK tech. All right, shout out to Title for that AFK tech. I had no clue actually. All right, so step one, this is how you can kind of game the, and I'm pulling this up so I can translate these. This is how you can actually game AFK with the fruit. You just put the power fruit on and then grab AFK and then it pops. All right, so we have super active when you're able to killer assist, gain 90% attack speed, and then it rapidly decays over 3 seconds. This is the get 12% AD, and then every 2 kills you get 1% stacking. And this is the one that we talked about last time, Golden Edge. Oh, I would be tempted to take a Golden Edge. Zaya is one of the few champions who can use it. She actually does have some attack speed built into her kit here. And yep, Title wants to take it here. This won't be a completely like Golden Edge game like the one that we watched last time, but it is going to be Golden Edge to some degree. I will say, I'm quite surprised by Title's his priority on AFK here. I mean, it's very solid econ, but I do think, imagine we had taken the TG here. Wouldn't we have such a, like, you could be double Zaya item slammed here with Golden Edge with the TG onto Rel here? I'm surprised by that, but I think that must mean, whenever you're watching a VOD like this, when you're trying to learn from a player who's as good as Title, right? I mean, he's obviously, well, we can debate about, you guys can debate if he's a better player than me. I know there's probably a lot of people who are out there who are saying, nah, man, I ranked Sub-Zero higher on my tier list than Title. And I thank you guys for that. I really appreciate it. But I think most people would probably rate him a higher level player than me. When something like this happens and you're like, I really don't get this play, I mean, it just kind of makes you reevaluate your priors, right? The best thing that you can do when you're VOD reviewing a player like this is to say, I'm going to assume that I'm wrong in this situation. I'm going to assume that Title's play is right here because he's Title. And what does that mean? Because the way I was thinking about this, either he was thinking, I can't really win streak from this spot, which I still don't completely buy. It may just mean that he rates AFK very, very highly. I mean, it is a lot of gold here. Getting a bunch of extra gold when you already have all these extra components is very nice. Obviously, you have the downside where you can't pop it. But, maybe there is upside to loss streaking here. 3 loss here is going to guarantee an item off carousel. Probably just has to be Gwinsu's Rage Blade here, which I will say starts to lock us a little bit in the comps we want to take here. That's a Zaya with Glove as well if you want it. And yeah, he ends up taking Tier Nico here. Wow. Title already just kind of blowing me away by his priority here. Doesn't go for the Gwinsu's with the Golden Edge there. Goes for the Nico just to have some extra frontline. And I mean, I think this idea is also, and that's an Ari as well, is just saying from this spot, I would be really interested in playing into Star Guardians. We already have a couple here. We have pretty good as far as item slams. We have Gwinsu plus IE, which is going to do very well onto Jinx later. Though I will say Gwinsu, it's kind of interesting. It's not the best. And we're going to have to make Shojin as well here. Wow, okay. Gwinsu Shojin R slams here onto the Zaya here. Just get her casting as quickly as possible. It's going to stack up more attack speed, going to give ourselves the golden edge as well. It makes sense. And the Shojin is obviously going to have a great home on the Ari, and then eventually probably the Seraphian. So yeah, looks really good. We are on a 4 loss, and we need to guarantee this 5 loss. But I've watched a lot of this patch now from the Project PBE tourney, and yeah, we're just going to try to int here, oh wow, I'm actually shocked we didn't try to trap Garen here, but I guess he thought he was going to lose this fight anyway. I thought for sure we were actually going to cut the Zaya, but I mean, you get a few extra autos off, and it looked like he didn't end up getting griefed here, so it ends up being fine. Snow is 66 HP. Did we fight him already? Because if we didn't, this was highly risky from Title, but ends up paying off. We're okay in this spot here. Let me just... Okay, we already fought. Actually, no, it's not going to show up on minions. I feel like sometimes... No, it never shows up on minions, actually. I'm just gaslighting myself. But yeah, Star Guardians performed very, very well today. It's one of the 2 kind of like premier verticals right now. Star Guardian and Soul Fighter are the 2 that are really straightforward, very, very just... Put all the Star Guardian units on your board, and you're going to have a good time. Soul Fighter, put all the Soul Fighter units on your board, especially if you have a spat, and you're going to have a good time. And one of the things that I think makes this Star Guardian comp so good is just the power of Ari here. Interesting slam as well. Another very interesting slam in the Sterax. But I mean, the idea is it's going to go into Populator. She's this kind of like AD tank unit. So Sterax, one of the better items you can build. It also does open up a Sterax JG slam if we want it, which is just a double slam here. Ari is such a good item holder here. And I'm prepping myself to screenshot for the power up here, which I imagine is going to go onto Ari here. Wait, I can read Japanese. I just learned. No, but this is ignore 40% of Armor MR. This is the one that summons, I think, a Cyclone. It's the 25% one, and then 10%, 30%. That's the only one that I actually have no clue what this is. So I guess I'll do another translate here and see what it is here. Okay, he ends up taking that one, which I already knew. I mean, I think this one is beloved. I feel like almost every single time I've seen people take this, it's good. Okay, and the last one was AP increased by 10%, and then AP from other sources increased by 30%. I feel like every time I've seen people take that left option, they take it. Okay, pop quiz here. There's actually a very I'm stealing this from Kai because he always does these little like pop quiz in his videos, and he's like, what augment would you take here? Is there like a really good augment in this spot here? And the answer is like, yeah, there is. Ooh, what is it? I mean, it's a little bit more obvious with this one because there aren't that many solid combat options here. But Keeper is actually really nice in Star Guardian comp. You get bonus shielding and healing from Nico. And so throw Keepers on top of that, you're getting extra shielding and healing, which is, I mean, the shielding from Keepers. So that's, I think a lot of people really prefer to play Keepers into Star Guardian. You can also play it pretty nicely into Duelist. Keepers and Duelist is kind of a tale as old as time, where you get the extra shield, which allows your duelist to ramp up, and you have all these melee units. So kind of cool for that there's like another Keepers comp this set. Whereas, in the past, it's always been Keepers, Duelist. You basically, if you're taking Keepers, you have to play Duelist. Not anymore, actually, with this little Star Guardian synergy. And, I mean, it feels nice to be able to potentially slam AP items and play into this, be able to slam, AD items and play into Duelist or into this comp as well. So, yeah. Get a level up in here. Just going to throw the Janna onto the board for Protector and for Crystal Gambit, though I will say, I don't know how big of a cash out that we're going to get because our board's pretty strong here, but I think in fights like these, you can just see, I mean, this is a 2-star Swain. I feel like this Ari unit's damage numbers are just a little unreasonable. And she's single target, but she's also like single target plus. I mean, look at that. I mean, this cannot be overstated. Our Ari 1 with 3 items dealt almost 8,000 damage. That is a lot of damage. And, you know, she's triple item with power up, sure, but 8K from a 1-star 3 cost, like, that's a lot. This unit just feels a bit overtuned, and I think that's part of the reason why Star Guardian feels so good, is that if you find one Ari in the mid game, I mean, look at our board. Everything 1-starred except for, you know, the Rel, the Ari, and then all the other Star Guardians, and we are just clearing folks. We are just destroying everybody. Like, this unit is very good, and this board is very good, and I mean, this is going to be one of the best lines to play on release just because it's so easy, right? You almost like can't mess this up. You just put all the Star Guardian units on your board, item hold Ari. I mean, you will be very happy. And it also is one of those boards where it's like, it's not like we have to like full pivot this board later. It's so easy. We're literally just going to play this and then keep adding Star Guardian units. That's it. I mean, it's so free. So it's just nice. And so, like, you know, if you're looking for something to play on release, which it's coming in a few days, Wednesday, there's probably going to be a small patch between now and Wednesday, I imagine. Oh, fuck, I should know what this one is. 300. This is like 300 HP and then some kind of... Oh, is this the one where they charge through their target to stun? I think that is which one this is here, which is another kind of like very highly rated one. I think that's what this is. We'll see if Rel charges. So yeah, I believe we'll see. But yeah, I mean, this is the time now to, like, if you haven't locked in the first week of PBE, and yeah, this is the charge one, which is another one that I think people really, really like in general. But yeah, like, lock in now, learn a lot. I mean, this is what I did. I really did not play that much PBE. And I still haven't actually played that much, but I did a lot of studying on Friday, watched all these games today, gonna do some more studying tomorrow. We got the finals tomorrow, and then I think we're gonna do actually another kind of thing to look forward to is I think we're gonna do like a meta read on Kai's stream after the tournament. We did that last set as well, where we just go through like all the units, all the comps and everything, and just kind of like talk through, okay, like where are we in the meta? Because yeah, I mean, there'll probably be a small change between now and Wednesday, but probably not too much. All right, pick up the Jinx here. We are really hoping to pick up our Poppy. We don't have that yet. Another Jinx is not bad though. Also holding on to, you know, Cassante and potential, you know, Cassante too, if we can get there. Sunfire just gets us our heal cut down, and then we have another Shojin, like the lowest of keys you could make it. If you don't, you could hold on to these for like MR Shred plus another item. I would be pretty tempted to make this Shojin here, especially as we continue to win fights, but look at the RE2, just clearing people. All right, we are obviously going to take out our little cash out. I didn't even see what number we got to, but pretty small. These all look pretty awful here. I mean, Backup Dancer's not amazing, but kind of takeable at least. If you guys haven't seen Backup Dancers, I mean, Big Friend is kind of funny. I don't actually know how many Big Friends we have on this board, 1750 HP. But Backup Dancers, it's basically, and yeah, he's doing a quick check here. I mean, it's Rel and this guy. I mean, that's like honestly not bad here, but yeah, I actually kind of like Backup Dancers in this spot here for a couple of reasons. So yeah, if you haven't taken this yet, it's basically the same as, what was it? Clockwork Accelerator is the name of the augment, where every 3 seconds you gain like 10% attack speed, except you need to have these units on your back row that dance. It's literally the exact same augment as Clockwork Accelerator, except you need 3 units on your hexes. So yeah, it's just a worse Clockwork Accelerator, which was already not an amazing augment. So I don't rate this one very highly, but it's attack speed in a spot where you actually feel pretty good about it, especially because we're double Shojin here. If you guys haven't really looked in like the big differences in like itemization with Shojin and blue buff now, the big difference is that Shojin is good on high attack speed units and blue buff is good on low attack speed units because Shojin provides you mana on attack. If this champion's the only one in the front row, well, we can't really take that one because we want to get keeper's value. I mean, actually, you can do something like this and have him be the only one in the front row. 35% extra HP is pretty good. This one gives 40% armor, and then, you know, it's the one that like reflects a little bit of damage, spiky shell, and then all out. Oh, this is a Cassante exclusive one. The start of battle, enter all out, damage taken is reduced by 20%, and AD is increased by 50%, while in all out, HP does not decrease. That's kind of woke. I almost want him to take it, but yeah, I'm pretty sure he's just going to take this and then position like this. Yeah, I want to see the all out one, but it doesn't actually sound that good because you're basically losing your free life just to turn him into like a straight up carry, which, like, I mean, maybe there's something to it. I don't know. I wanted Title to take it so that I don't have to take this randomly in one of my games, but sadly, I mean, look at that. Like him getting the all-out extra HP there was actually huge. So nice nice flexibility by Title to say, you know what, like Poppy is the frontline that I want to play for here, but Cassante fits perfectly onto this board. He's a protector with my Nico, so I might as well hold on to this, and you know, it gets me there to having a frontline, which is the main thing that I was afraid of in this spot. You know, this is little stuff, I would say, and like easy to watch and be like, oh yeah, duh, obviously. But I think this is a mistake that a lot of players make, where they just like don't hold the Cassante in a spot like this, don't find Poppy, end up not being stable, and they're like, oh, I got more dogged. But just easily, you know, holding a front line like this puts you in such a better spot. And I mean, once again, it fits perfectly onto the board, so why not? And we're stable at this point, right? We have the Jinx too, we have the Cassante too. It's actually quite funny, but I mean, you can see by the damage chart, look at that, like, why would we move items? Yes, Jinx is a 4 cost, Ahri is a 3 cost. Why would we move items from Ahri to Jinx? I mean, one, our items are worse. You know, you don't really want the AP from JG onto Jinx, even though she has a little bit of AP scaling. But two, I mean, Jinx is a 4 cost. Ahri is kind of a pseudo 4 cost. Oh, whoa, don't do that. We just lost the we just lost our ability. Yeah, I think he hovered it right after. He's like, oh no. We just lost our power up onto Cassante there because we put another frontline unit with him. Even Title makes some mistakes sometimes. I every single time I see a fantastic player just make like a dumb mistake like that, I'm like, it makes me feel a little bit better when I make a dumb mistake, because I'm like, okay, if literally the 2-time world champion forgets his power up sometimes, or like forgets his augment sometimes, something like that, you know, then I can too. But yeah, I mean, we're coasting to level 9, and that is the power of this comp. Ahri 2 is all you really need. Ahri 2 Nico 2 is all you really need. Hitting the Cassante 2 is huge. But yeah, just hitting some kind of 2-star frontline, and then Ahri backline is just, yeah, it's everything. All right, I'm gonna move Gwynsu's over at this point so that we can make the Void Staff here, and then Crown Guard is our make here. Yeah, I mean, it's a final tank item here. Going to look for another power up for Ahri here. Yeah, he actually cycled the power up because he threw it right back. He threw it right back onto Ahri here, just to look for something better. I'm trying to actually remember which one. So the last one we have on Ahri was that, oh right, was the 40% ignore MR. And now that we have the Void Staff made, he is going to do this. And also I have run out of free translates here, so I'm gonna have to pull up my other translator, which is going to give me like okay translation, but we'll get there. All right. When using a skill, the 2 surrounding allies get extra mana. Not going to take that. This is the one that shreds as well, so we kind of have to take this. But this is your Star Sailor. So Star Sailor, very good when you're playing into vertical. Star Guardians just gives you... Oh, really? Interesting. So this is the one where when you cast, it gives your allies next to you some extra mana. And I mean, the idea being we are casting so frequently with Shojin plus backup dancers, we might as well fuel the rest of our board, especially if we do end up into a Seraphine. Huh. Wow, Title, that one, the horrible translate is calling it Essence Share. I think it's probably actually called something pretty similar to that, but that's actually like really good intel that the Title rates this one like quite highly, actually. Yeah, I'm a bit surprised that he rates it so highly. Oh, this is also kind of funny by Title. Why couldn't we have just bought that unit? I don't actually know, and then left the other one on the bench. I guess we were 1 gold short of being able to make this and then fuel our backup dance, which is why I'm kind of a backup dance hater. But yeah, okay, so we popped this off. So I'm actually shocked he didn't want to take Star Sailor then. I feel like Star Sailor is one of like a really, really good option, but he doesn't pick this up. So this is the 40% shred one. Again, this is the one that gives your spell crit and then increases the crit every few seconds. This one literally, it's because I had it on the wrong language. I'm like, oh, then this is Mage. Okay, so double cast. I mean, Mage sounds the best out of these 3 to me. Yep, makes sense. I mean, the other 2 really don't do that much here. You already have the MR shred, so you don't really need to build this extra one. And then you already have the spell crit, so you don't need to build that either. I also will say we kind of slammed this Void Staff very easily onto Ahri. I think a lot I've heard from very good players, very, very good players rate Void Staff quite high as just a damage item on your main carry. Like, this is an item that, because of the amount of stats that it gives, feels totally fine to slam onto your main carry. And then also if you end up in a spot where, I mean, you need MR Shred, which obviously they are, we're in Star Guardians, then it also feels very good to give you that. So it's kind of best of both worlds there. I almost want to take Gunblade here. I guess you can take LW now that we missed out on this stuff. Yeah, it's a little yucky. Not that excited for it, but I mean, it's something. But yeah, I mean, at this point, this looks like it's going to be our board. Swain, we've been playing this the entire mid game, does really good double duty as a Bastion plus a Sorcerer. And then Kay Sante here is a Protector. I think, kind of the traditional version of this board would just be you play Seraphine over the Cassante, and then you just say, I'll have enough frontline with the Poppy. You can also fit a heavyweight in. I think the best one to play is the Mentor, Kobuko, which we were holding onto our bench for a while. Though honestly, I mean, because we had the Cassante early, it's kind of interesting. We end up in this sort of weird spot here where like we aren't playing around the Poppy as our main tank. I would be kind of curious, like if we do hit everything, like say we do hit Seraphine and we hit Poppy too, would you cut the Swain to play a Kobuko? I think my answer is no, just because Bastion buffs the entire board. It's Sork for Ari, but I'd actually be curious to see. Also, we get cleared by Marcel P here, who has a really nice Soul Fighter board. Marcel, valiant effort in this tournament. He did not make it to the final day, which is so sad. I wanted to have an NA rep to root for. We got Michael as our America's rep, so I'm happy with that. But I wanted to have Marcel to root for, and Marcel has done very, very well on Project PBE. He honestly could have made final lobby, but his last game was just obscenely low roll. Actually, let's look at items here. There's Poppy too, and the Seraphine actually. And we do have the opportunity to do exactly this, and he did have the opportunity as well to hold on to Kobuko here. So this must mean that he does, and that's the dash one as well. So I don't need to translate it, and then just TG there. This does mean that he prefers the Swain over the Kobuko. I guess you could make the argument that maybe he just cares that it's 1-star versus 2-star, but I think he probably just thinks it's a better synergy bot. But yeah, Marcel's game 6, he literally was like in a pretty good spot, just needed a good placement, kind of forced himself into playing Duelist Reroll by taking a very good Augment, the one that gives you that like treasure chest. And then he rolled on level 6 and just never found a 2-star. Would you like to go out, Luna? He never found a 2-star GP. He rolled on 6, found Ash 2 before he found GP 2, which sounds like a high roll, but it really just shows you how long it took him to hit GP 2. It was like 4-2, and he found a GP 2 after rolling on 6 for like the entire stage. So that's just how it is sometimes. RIP, and yeah, it just be that way. Going to actually finally move the power up over to Jinx. I mean, I'm shocked. Yeah, I'm shocked that he didn't immediately take Star Sailor here. Let me let my cat out, even though this is literally the last fight. Oh my goodness. Oh, I knocked something off my desk there. She ran out. But yeah, I mean, that is just how it'd be someday. But yeah, I mean, now that we're actually triple item Jinx, we have opted to move the items over. Now we actually have pretty good items onto Jinx. And I think the other piece of it is that, like, now that we have Seraphine, I don't know, does that make any sense? Now that we have Seraphine, we don't care as much about the Ari being itemized. Nah, I don't think that really makes any sense, but it's like, maybe it could make sense in another world. But yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised he opted to move items finally over to Jinx. But all right, going to pop these items off, move Sunfire up to our front line so that we just get, aura item on aura unit, and then, Poppy gets the pure tank items. This is a very strong board that we're fighting here. This is this Mentor mech board, and this is one of the highest cap boards in the game, so might just be capping out at a second here. That guy is a Yone 2. It just does everything. This Rise unit does so much work on these style boards. Yeah, I think Baifeng might take the win here, but we'll see. Also, really smart from Tidal just to guarantee, position this Poppy here a little bit back and just let her dash through every single fight on, whichever side that you want her. Yeah, just ensure that she's getting the dash. Almost, it's like not really the same as like Volibear positioning where you want to ensure that he, gets the jump every single time, but kind of similar idea where, you put this guy back to just kind of guarantee that they dash. We do get super cleared here by this board, but still a very, very nice second from Tidal and a very good luck to Tidal going into the final day tomorrow. I mean, a well-played game and a well-played tournament so far. Can't wait to see him play tomorrow. All right, thank you guys for watching. Go follow Kai if you're not already, because that's where we're going to be streaming the finals. I'll have a link down in the description down below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern time for the finals. Don't miss it. We're going to be crowning our first, well, actually not really first at all, another Project PBE champion. Could be Tidal, could be YBY1, could be Michael, could be one of a bunch of really good Chinese players. They got too many good players in China, man. It's all right. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.